Another good weekend, a little bit of everything. Friday night's game obviously got away from us. The first game Saturday, just a well played game, and the second game is something in my 20 years of coaching, and I don't know how many years of playing, never have seen anything like that. And I'm just so proud of the toughness of the kids, the coaching staff, the stick with it ness of the group throughout that, because it was really a tough couple hours going into the seventh, eighth, and ninth inning of that last game. Long day, unbelievable, unthinkable, probably something, at this level of baseball that has it happened before, maybe. I would doubt it under those conditions. So proud of the guys.
Link, I was thinking today, 2 weeks ago, the way we were talking about that Georgia Tech comeback, I mean, that was child's play compared to what this one was.
Yeah.
A mere 4 runs in the seventh and 4 runs in the eighth compared to this.
Yeah, and the big difference is we get to the hotel Thursday night at 11 o'clock. You're throwing your bags down and you're trying to kind of get settled in, and you play a tough game Friday, and then we decide right after that game, you played a terrible game that we're going to play two the next day, starting earlier. So the length of that day added to the travel Thursday late night, Friday tough game, and that's a tough stretch. And so when you get to that game and you find yourself down like so much, I've never seen a group respond the way they did. That nothing this weekend ever lacked effort or attempting to play. We just had moments we didn't play right, and they got some really key hits. They're a good team. Like, they were picked by some publications, if I'm not mistaken, to be a College World Series team, right?
Yeah, they were the sleeper.
And you can see it. Like, the arms, when they have the three guys going that they had starting, are very good. The top of that order, very tough. But our guys were tougher, and it's impressive. It was impressive.
I wonder what's going through your head. And I know it's late in the game, so you have to score as many as you can in the eighth. You can't rely on the ninth. But I mean, you're probably going through, okay, well, if we can just cut into it now, then we've got a shot in the ninth. When does your mindset start changing to thinking we got a chance to take the lead in this inning?
We were getting shut out, and that's not something you ever enjoy. And we were first and second, nobody out. And Hess, who has given us some really good at bats, is still figuring out his game. We try to base hit bunt, and I'm like, worst thing that's going to happen here is, I hope the worst thing is that it turns into a sack bunt and we're second and third. Myers was having a good weekend. Let's flip the lineup. Maybe we can get this to, I don't know what, 8-1-2, 8-3. Somehow, let's take the goose egg off the board, and maybe we put down a good base hit bunt and they pick it up and throw it into the right field corner. I just tried to do something, and when it happened, I was like, did I just bunt down 9-0? And I'm like, I did. I still think it's right. It's right. So anyway, and then, like, I cannot explain to you the maneuvering that was going on when you're trying to get some guys in at the right times to pinch hit, and then making sure that those guys can stay in that spot, and you've got your defensive team aligned, and Lamont is going to stay in and catch, and Coates going to end up in there, and Jawair caught an inning and had a couple key at-bats. You can't, I guess, as players and coaches, like, we left it all on the field that day, and when you get through that eighth inning, the adrenaline and the feeling in the dugout is really unlike anything. Winning a regional and, going to Omaha and winning a game in Omaha, that sort of thing, like, I guess is close, but just the toughness to come back through all of that and so many guys being involved, it's just remarkable.
And I know you have confidence in Brannigan making that move, stealing home, but once you took the lead, you felt obviously safer to try something like that to add to the lead.
Yes. And we time it so we know, based on our stopwatch, what is realistic. and it was pushing it. It was pushing it. But the lead, like the more you can acquire from your initial lead, then the timing of it shrinks a little bit, obviously, for him to score. And they had been in the windup a lot with the runner on third base. And it just seemed like it was the right time to try it. And Brannigan is a very good athlete, great runner. So we gave it a shot, and it worked. And it's just another adrenaline shot for the guys. It's crazy. It's good.
And what about what about scoring 8 runs after 2 were outs? I mean, 2 were out, nobody on base. I believe 10 straight hitters reached at that point. You got a little help from them, but you still got to take the borderline pitches and draw the walk.
Yes, like it's not easy. It mathematically, I was talking to the coaches after. I said ESPN, like in some of the sports, they put win percentage, like in the NBA or NFL, like win percentage. The fourth quarter, you're down 10 with a minute and a half left. Like really tough to think to think through how that happened. I'll tell you the neatest part of this. We got back to the hotel. Our meeting room was a little smaller than normal, but I had the guys go in the room, and I said, "All right, let's go through the eighth inning, one at bat at a time, and you guys just talk about the at bat, and let's just enjoy this."
Cool.
So Cavada starts it. He's like, fastball inside half of the plate, home run. And the guys started cheering. And then Carter Putz is like, fastball, middle base hit. And then they started applauding and cheering, and it was hilarious. And then, of course, somebody's like, struck out on 4 pitches. And the guys are, yeah, struck out. So it just, I mean, just such a unique moment. And the whole night was fun for the guys. And I just crazy toughness, poise, composure, any words you want to throw out for that, it was fitting.